She's my daughter. She is an amazing healer and intuitive person that shines positive light and energy in everyone she touches. And I'm just going to leave it at that because she's got a lot of awesome things to share. She has been a business owner for at least, I don't know, a couple years now. Officially became a full-time, her own business owner in August when she left her full-time job to do this. So, extremely proud of her, and I can't wait to hear more.
Thank you. All right, so just like my mom said, I'm Brittani Frey, owner of Healing, Love, and Light. I'll tell you a little bit background, but one thing I was actually reading today on Facebook, you know how Facebook just tells you what you need to know in the right moments, for me anyways, but I was reading that if you're a business owner, you should be able to describe your business in one sentence to be able to really sell your business. So my purpose, my sentence is to give guidance and insight to my clients so that they can live a life full of love and light. So my journey, well, first of all, I'm from Prescott. I graduated in 2004. I'm married, been with my husband for 10 years, which is crazy. We have 2 little boys, Eli, who is 6, and Wyatt, who is 3.5. They're completely opposite. One is very loving and compassionate and will feel all your feels. So if you cry, he's gonna cry. And the other one is like, rah! So I got a good balance going on here. So I moved away for a couple years for college, and when I met my husband, and then we ended up back in Prescott since we both are from here. He graduated in 2000, Bill Frey, and yeah, both of our families are from here, and we absolutely love it. He moved to Vegas, I moved to Menominee for school, and we were like, we got to get back to Prescott. So we really enjoy being here. I started my business within the last few years, and it's expanded so much in the last 6 months that I thought, you know what, I'm going for it. I'm quitting my job. I'm going to do this. I've been thinking about doing that for the last 3 years, and everyone thought, no way, you're crazy, probably won't work. But what really made me do that is my husband's support. You know, he finally thought, you can do this, and so yeah. With my business, or how it started, is I had my son 6 years ago, and this lady came up to me and was like, hey, you should try energy work on your son. And I was like, well, why would I do that? What is energy work? I have no idea. To me, it kind of sounded like woo-woo, you know, a little out there, which I think people still agree with when I tell them what I do. But he was breech, and I had to have a C-section, and they explained to me, you know, the natural birthing process, and when babies are born C-section, how they can kind of have their own birthing experience if they were to been born naturally. So I took my son to an energy healer, and I honestly don't even really remember it, except his little 2-week-old body transformed in a way that was just like magical. And I kept taking him for like 6 months until I finally thought, you know, I really need to give this a try for myself. And she's also local. Natasha Lan has a healing place as well here in town. And I finally went there, and she helped me heal through things that I didn't even know bothered me, like, you know, a death of a friend, physical pain that I was experiencing from being pregnant, just a lot of things that I was carrying, like I said, that I wasn't really aware of. And I remember laying there, and she helped me connect with a loved one that I had lost maybe like 3 months prior to this. And I could see the spirit kind of join me. And again, I know this kind of sounds out there for people, but it was such a deep healing moment. And in that moment, I realized that I too have this ability that I could help other people through physical pain, emotional pain, spiritual pain, anything that they're kind of experiencing. So I started taking some intuitive development classes and some psychic courses because I knew I had that ability within me as well. And that was, gosh, 5 years ago now that I really took a big leap into that. And so I have to give credit to my son because I think he kind of opened a gateway that I didn't even knew was available for me. So when I was pregnant with my second son, I decided that I wanted to take some more energy-led courses, cranial sacral therapy, things like that. And after he was born, on my maternity leave, all I did was work. I was taking clients left and right. And then I went back to where I was working, salon montage, and everything just kind of stopped. It was weird. I walked into work and I felt like I was an alien, like I just didn't belong. Like, who are these people? And so I kind of had to reteach myself to accept my gifts in the setting with being around people. Because at home, you're kind of like sheltered in your security, and I was a little bit worried what people would think about me. So anyways, the last 3 years has really been about me accepting my gifts and sharing them with other people. And even as just of last week, I said, you know what, I'm going to be true and authentic to myself. And for 3 weeks, the last 3 weeks have just been really quiet with my business. And last week when I said I'm going to be true and authentic with myself, I don't care what people think anymore. And I have been booked solid every day. And even up till tomorrow, I'm completely booked with clients. So my main purpose, again, with my business is teaching people and educating people how to live a life being true and authentic to yourself, how you can heal any physical ailments in your body with energy work and intuition and things like that. So I wanted to share a little bit about the services that I do offer and some feedback that I've received recently from some of my clients. So I do in-person healing sessions in my home. A healing session, I have kind of what is like a massage table. Clients come to me fully clothed, and I do some energy healing, some physical touch, some just working over the client's body. I'm able to also do that with clients that are not physically present with me because, again, we're working with energy. Everything is made of energy, the table, the chairs, everything. So I'm able to intuitively tap into people's energy no matter where you are. So I have worked with clients internationally, as well as I have some clients in Florida that I work with as well. So my clients internationally, that's been a recent one. I have one of my really good friends, or really good clients, who had traveled over to Rome to drop her son off for studying abroad. And her son had just had a pretty recent major heart surgery. And when they got over there, he was experiencing a lot of pain. And before they left, he was pretty much healed. But when they got over there, it was like the transition of going from home overseas, and he started feeling a lot of physical pain again. And even without his knowledge, I was able to do a little bit of work, and the mom said he fell asleep like instantly, and he hadn't even been able to sleep yet since they had gotten over there. So that was a really amazing thing. I also, one of my other clients that came to me on earlier in the week, had some falling out issues with family, so more of an emotional thing. So again, an example with the physical pain with the overseas client, a client came to me with a lot of deep-rooted emotional problem where she was even to the point, she's like, I can't even cry, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. And she let out so much emotion that had been tied to a lot of family issues. She cried all the way home. She came all the way up from Iowa to see me, which was awesome. And her husband said the next day, you haven't slept that amazing in like 6 months. So just by her releasing some emotional energy, she was able to find a lot of peace and comfort as well. So beyond the healing, I also, I come into homes and offices to clear energy from your space. So if you're experiencing any negative energy. I say negative because people's view on negative is different. I use a couple different tools to come in and clear the negative energy from your home or office. And I'll show you what it is that I use. I use sage, which is an herb, and Palo Santo, which is also called holy wood. This sage is used to clear out any negative energy. The Palo Santo is to bring in positivity. I cleared a home the other day, and the reason I went into her home is that there was a lot of arguing with her family, everybody just felt angry. She didn't even tell her family that I came and did it, and she messaged me this morning, or right afterwards actually. There was no arguments, there was clear air. They had a very stressful and busy week last week, and she said nobody was upset with anybody. Everybody was just very positive and uplifting. I've done offices as well, and they're all business owners. So one of my clients had just opened a new office in Woodbury, probably about 2 years ago now, and she just said, I just want it to be fresh and really good energy when people start working here, and so I was able to do that for her. And yeah, so it's a very fun thing to do, the clearing and stuff. Trying to see what else here. The other thing that I love to do, probably I'm busy with the most, is I feel like Mary Poppins, my little bag of secrets in there, is angel card readings. And this is just kind of a sample of one of the card decks that I use. So angel card readings is I'm able to connect intuitively again with your energy, with angels, guides, loved ones. And so I use oracle decks, angel decks to kind of give you a reading with the cards. So this is more of a blessing deck, so it just has little blessing messages on them. The most recent card reading I did was last week. I had a client who came for a card reading, and I didn't even have to pick up the cards because what the messages that she wanted just kind of came through as fast. So it's really fun to be able to connect with people's loved ones. I feel like the biggest hesitation people have when it comes to coming to see me for healing sessions is, well, she's gonna know too much, or she's, whatever. They're just super hesitant because maybe they're not really even ready to heal, or they don't know what they need to heal from. And I never know. I don't sit, a lot of people are like, oh, are you Teresa Caputo when you walk through the grocery store? I don't do that. I don't got time for that. I don't want to know people's baggage or who's lingering along with them, so don't worry, I'm not reading any of you right now. But it was really cool. She came to me because she wanted to know kind of what her next step in her journey was. And before she even got there, I was kind of like picking up on her energy, and I kept seeing somebody like writing a note or on a piece of paper. And so that was the first thing I said to her. I said, what's about this writing? And she's like, well, that's what I needed to come today for. I want to write a book, And I was like, okay, well, you need to write a book. That's what I see you doing. And the next thing that happened, I have a singing bowl that I used in the healing sessions, and it like dinged like that. And I was like, okay, I think it's time to start and talk about what it is. And she had actually just lost her 2.5-year-old daughter in February to cancer. And the whole entire time, like everything was her daughter, like just there telling me exactly what it was that she needed to know. And I think she was the one that told Mom, like, you've got to write this book. And so she shared with me the book that she wanted to write was to help children with cancer and kind of the process of what that all entails. So I can't make this stuff up. I think it's just so fascinating and so fun, and every time I work with somebody, it's completely different. So I kind of leave it up for my clients to decide, well, do you need to work through something for healing? Do you want more of an intuitive guidance session? Or do you want me to come into your home and just clear out, any negative energies? So that's a little bit about what I do. Hopefully I haven't scared you too much. And yeah, the other one I was going to share was the distance clearing. I had a client come to me, this was probably 2 years ago. She was having really bad chest pain, a respiratory infection, cough, everything like that. And we kind of worked through healing out some of that gunk. And she said within an hour, she still kind of felt the same, but she was able to take deep breaths and just be able to like breathe normally, but still feeling some of the pain in her chest. So that was really amazing as well. So On the table there is my business card along with one of these larger cards. On the back it does say a little bit more about what it is that I do. It has my website, my email, and it does have $10 off a healing session if you choose to come. If you don't, if you're one of those people that are a little scared of me, that's fine. But there's $10 off. Otherwise, you can give it to somebody that you think would benefit from it as well. So you can take that. And like my mom was saying, I am having an open house next Saturday, the 24th, from 10 to 2. And I live down by the baseball field. My address is on those cards. I will have a few items available for purchase. I do make a couple different things that my clients love. So I make High Vibe Spray, which is a blend of a couple different scents. It's made to raise the vibration. So we all, again, are energy. So we have to think about our vibration. So, are we feeling anxious, sad, lonely, depressed? Or do we want to feel more love, joy, light? This spray is meant to do that. It's meant to raise your vibration so that you feel more positivity around you. So this is great, again, to spray on yourself or around you. When I was working at the salon, a lot of my friends were using it before and after their clients, because again, it's like when you're cutting people's hair, you instantly become a counselor or a psychologist. So they were using this, but then their clients were like, "Ooh, what is that?" So a lot of people like that smell. Again, I'll be selling these if you like to burn this kind of stuff in your own home. And then I also work with healing stones. So this is a chakra set. So there's 7 different stones. Chakras are energy centers that we have in our body. That's kind of what I work with the most when I'm doing healing sessions, is trying to get the energy to flow properly through the chakras. So a couple of those things will be available. So I'll just kind of leave it up. Does anybody have any questions for me? Yes?
Brittany, when you're, if I had you come to my house or my office, and I feel like I have bad energy, can you feel that bad energy?
Yes. Yeah. I'll just put it up there, yeah. I think that was, this is kind of, thank you for asking that. When I was working at the salon, when I went back after my maternity leave, I think that's why some of my gifts had to kind of like shut down a little bit, because I had to like relearn how to be around so many people. And I was a manager at the time, or I was a manager there for 5 years, so I was always taking on people's crap or angry clients or whatever. So I kind of had to learn to be like, okay, stay kind of centered in yourself while still being able to deal with other people, and how to not personalize everything and take on other people's negative energy. So I was able to do that. It was not easy, but it had to be done, right? So I can usually feel other people's energy pretty easily. But that's another thing that I do with my clients. I do a lot of Facebook posts, a lot of social media, a lot of meditations to teach people to kind of keep yourself grounded and centered and to not take in so many people's.
You have a good Facebook page.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I do a lot of classes and gatherings also in my home, meditations. We did a lot this summer down by the beach, which was really nice. I just partnered up with Bodyworks. We did a chakra and yoga class a couple weeks ago, and there'll be more of those coming in January and February. So I do, paid gatherings as well as free social media things, because I think it's so important to learn that this is my energy and this is their energy, and not to like hold on to everybody else's stuff. Which again, thank you. On Sunday, you can check out my Facebook page. I also have a private Facebook group, and in that group on Sunday, I will be doing a meditation and kind of a class to teach people how to get through the holidays without taking on everybody else's stuff, because it's easy to get stressed out. You got to deal with your in-laws or whoever, and it's like, I have to laugh, sorry. No, I'm just kidding. But just to kind of keep yourself present and focused on what you want to experience. So,
How are you able to develop not just large client base, but you said you were booked solid, but also an international client base, clients across the country too as well.
What was your question?
I said, how were you able to develop?
How
this?
was I able to develop that? Most of my business has started from word of mouth and social media. I haven't really done much beyond that yet. Referrals has probably been the biggest growth of my business. My next step with that is, presenting to groups and doing a lot more classes. That's my 2019 goal, is just to get out and aware. I did a presentation for a dance studio in Baldwin right at the beginning of their dance season, and just spoke to the teachers on how they can empower the young women and boys that dance, and how they can just have that positive energy flowing through their dance studio. And also taught a meditation at a company in River Falls. Again, they have a wellness program. So the getting out of my basement is still kind of new to me. Still feel like I'm coming out of, my shell a little bit, but which is a huge thing in a small town, especially when people, it is new and different. So it's been a good challenge for me. So if anybody else has any questions, or I can stay around after, I just want to say thank you again. Hopefully I'm not missing anything, but I feel like there's a lot to know, but keep it brief.
Well, how do you enjoy working from home?
But how do I enjoy it?
working from home?
I love it.
Okay.
It's been amazing. With my son starting kindergarten, it's just been like huge just to be home before and after school, at nights, and I get to be my own boss. I don't have to deal with anybody, which is really nice. Except the people that come for my love and light and stuff. So that's why, it's amazing. Even this morning, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have to worry about like putting on high heels and going to work and standing on my feet for 8 hours. It's nice.
You did a good job. Thank you very much.
Nice job.